Hey everybody, good afternoon. It is Besties on the Deck with Tish.
And Blossom. Hi, everybody.
So with a lot of themes that I've been hearing lately that podcasts are doing is, obviously a Halloween theme or
Yes.
the fall. And we live in an area where our leaves are already changing and it just puts me in that festive mood.
I'm just excited about the weather change. I hate the
Yes.
summer. I hate it.
It was 36 degrees this morning.
Oh, I know. I had to have a jacket when I left for work.
I always like bundle up real big with like my hoodies and my sweaters and everything. And
But then by the afternoon, you have to take them off.
oh yeah, I think it's good to be able to take layers off instead of going in one thing and you have no way to put anything.
You can always warm up, but you can't cool off.
Not legally in some places, yeah.
Unless you jump in a pool.
That's true. Well, I was going to go on another trail, but I won't, Rabbit. I'm doing good. Okay, back to subject. So with that in mind, I wanted to share some crazy stories that happened to me personally with this Halloween spooky theme. So let's see, this was 11 years ago. 9 years ago, maybe?
I don't know. Was it 11 or 9?
I think it was 9 years ago. Okay. So about 8 or 9 years ago. We'll go with that. We went somewhere, I believe, for my birthday. And the hotel we were staying at was kind of like like a big name, but not like an expensive name hotel, and it was our oldest daughter. We had our oldest daughter with us, and she probably was like 5 or 6. Well, they had a swimming pool, and we would spend all of our time there if we weren't out and about doing activities. And she had so much fun. I think she wanted to stay in the swimming pool more than anything the whole trip. But that night, we had 2 beds in our room. And my husband slept on one, and I slept on the other with the baby. And we had a great day. And we lay down, we go to bed, and I don't know what it was, but you get that feeling that something is watching you so intensely that it wakes you. And I'm laying there with my daughter in my arms, and I'm facing the wall. So I was the bed closest to the bathroom. And there was maybe a foot gap between our bed and the wall. Not much room. Like, I couldn't even stand straight up between the wall and that. It was too small. I just felt this uncomfortable heaviness. Almost like someone was like hovering by my face. Like I could feel the heat from whatever was staring at me. And I kind of sit up just a little bit so I don't wake my daughter. And I look over at the bathroom, and there was a black figure standing there. He had a black trench coat on. He had long, black, stringy hair. His face didn't have many features. It had dark eyebrows and really deep, sunken in, like crazed eyes. But there was no nose, there was no mouth. And like the moment I saw it, I sat up and I screamed bloody murder, and I hurried up and tried to reach for the light. I can't find the light, and then my husband wakes up from me screaming, and I'm grabbing my daughter and shoving myself into the headboard as far as I can go to get away from whatever the hell that is. And then we turn the lights on, and of course, nothing's there. And I felt crazy. There is no way in hell. And I'm just kind of like, what in the holy hell just happened? After that encounter, I think it bothered me probably the whole way home. And then it kind of like had this lingering feeling that someone was watching me when I would do my morning routine in the mornings and which way I take to work and all that stuff. And it just felt, I don't know, I was terrified. And I didn't know if that was something bad. Like, I don't even know. But anyway, like a week or so passes and I'm starting on night shift. So I'm leaving at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night or whatever. Or no. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's right. Well, I'd back out of my driveway and I go to the left to the stop sign. And I make a left down that road. And something caught my eye that night because when I pulled up to the stop sign, the neighbor on this side, on to my left, it was a trailer and it had like one or two decent sized trees in their yard. And that was it. You know, you could see the rest of the yard. They had grass and everything. And I would notice if there was a third object somewhere standing in that yard because it would stand out to me. Well, I come to the stop sign and I light my cigarette and I look over to put my lighter in my door handle and look up and that black figure is standing in their yard.
No way.
And I'm sitting here going, I think I pissed myself, to be honest. I was terrified. So I didn't even want to go that way. And I just start backing my car up and going back the other way. And I don't know what it was. And I saw it for like 3 shifts later, three nights later, every single one. I would see it standing there. And I'm like, is this like my Grim Reaper? Like, is this death?
Did anything bad ever happen? Like, was it a premonition kind of thing? Or
no, nothing ever bad happened.
Nobody died around that time?
No. And that's what was crazy was, okay, am I watching too many horror movies? Is my mind messing with me? Am I imagining things? You know, like after you, I have to make a confession.
Oh, Lord.
After I watch like a really, really bad horror movie and it's just totally messing with my head, I'll put a Disney movie on and watch that son of a bitch.
I cannot watch scary movies. They scare me.
Right. And my youngest, that poor baby, she watched something that, I mean, it wasn't like a horror movie. There was no slashing or, you know, it hid a lot of that stuff. Or even when we would watch, Are You Afraid of the Dark? We would watch that with our girls and share with them what we used to watch growing up. This was our horror, right. You know?
Yeah.
Our introduction to it. And that poor baby would come in my room and be like, Mom, I had a bad dream. And I'm like, well, what happened? And then it would be something similar to an episode that we watched. I'm like, baby, you gotta remember, It's not real. And my great-grandmother would always tell me, like, if I had a nightmare or just had that icky feeling that something's going to be wrong or something's going to happen, that I always needed to say, I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus Christ, and just keep saying it until it goes away. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I kept saying that over and over again every time I saw that thing. And after a while, it stopped. But I swear for months, I felt like I was being tormented by something. No one ever else saw it. My husband never saw it. My child never saw it. There was a couple of times when she was a baby that she was in her crib. It was to the point where she could stand up and hold herself. And I was cleaning the room and organizing. She's playing in her crib. And all of a sudden, she just starts screaming. Like her face turned purple. She was completely mortified. And she's pointing to the corner of the room. And I'm like, what is wrong? What is wrong? I pick her up and I'm loving on her. I'm like, it's okay. And I'm like, what's wrong? And all she would say was man. And I'm like, what? No way.
That's creepy.
So we had my mom's pastor come and bless our house and anoint everywhere and pray with us because
Yeah.
it felt attacking to me.
Right.
And if it scared her and she sees it, then I'm going to know right then and there
I
it's
believe
something not
kids
good.
can see angels and demons.
Oh,
Because their
absolutely.
mind isn't
It's so
trying
innocent.
to analyze everything like we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And she did it again when she was taking a bath at her grandma's house. She was standing there screaming, pointing in the corner, bad man, and I'm just like, oh my God, like we need to get away. Like
You
I
need to
don't know
anoint all
what's
the relatives'
right.
houses too.
But then we moved, states, and then
Oh yeah, you were in California. That's where all the demons are.
But yeah, so it was crazy, but one happened there and one happened here. So it's like, did something come with? And then I just kept like, I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus.
I don't know. That is really strange though.
It's
For
very
it to
scary.
follow you like that.
It was terrifying. It was freaking terrifying.
See, I don't have scary stories, but I have a story. Like, did you ever do anything as, especially a middle school or high schooler, that you regret so much?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, this one, I didn't do anything bad, but, so we had a Halloween dance. And all of my friends promised we were all going to wear costumes, right? And so I was going, at the time, clowns did not scare me. I
Yeah.
thought clowns were cool,
I can't
right?
stand them.
My mom spent hours doing my clown makeup. Like, it was
Gosh.
so intricate and it was so cool,
Oh,
right?
wow. Yeah.
And so we're at the dance, and the hottest guy in my class, who ironically was named Michael, I think I have a thing for Michaels, he asked me to dance.
Yeah.
A slow dance.
Ooh.
Well, then, he's talking to me all through the dance, and that we're dancing and everything, and I'm just, like, swept off my feet. I forget that I'm dressed as a clown, and I feel like a princess, because this really hot, cool, popular guy has asked me to dance. Well, I need to specify or I need to clarify something. My friends lied, and they did not dress up. So I was the only one of my group. Now, everybody else was in costumes and stuff, but my group, my core group,
You were
did
the
not
clown.
dress up. I was the clown.
Oh my goodness.
Literally. So when we had a bathroom break, because our dances were held in the cafeteria, you had to enter the school building entrance that's close to the cafeteria, and that's where the boys and girls restrooms were.
Yeah.
And then you couldn't go any further into the school.
Yeah.
So that's and so you had a very limited time. It wasn't like you could just go anytime. They had a specific intermission at the dance for everybody to go to the restrooms. You had a certain amount of time, and then you had to get back to the dance, right? Well, the guy that I was dancing with had made a comment about how he wished he could see my face instead of all of the clown makeup.
Right.
So I go in the bathroom, and I start washing it off. Now, not only am I washing away my costume, I'm washing away all the hard work that my mom did on my makeup. And I had an arrogant bitch of a teacher come in and say that I had to get out of there, even though there were still girls in line. She wouldn't let me finish taking it off. So now I have this hodgepodge of half makeup on my face, and I've got to go finish the dance. And a boy that I like and that is cute and cool is talking to me, and now I look like this depraved maniac clown.
Two-faced clown.
And I was so upset, and I cried, and if she had just let me stay until all the girls had finished using, I could have had it all off, and then it would have just been no makeup.
Oh, she was on a power trip.
Oh my gosh, I was so devastated and embarrassed, and it broke my heart because I cried because I felt like I had washed away all of my mom's hard work. He later ended up calling me that night because we exchanged phone numbers and everything, but it was just a horrible experience because to this day, I still feel guilty that I did that. That I washed away what my mom had done, worked so hard on.
Right.
For a stupid boy.
Yeah.
You know, and that I had fell for the trick, you know, and I don't know. So that was like a traumatic Halloween story for me. It wasn't scary, but it was very traumatic because to this day, like talking about it, I feel that icky feeling in the pit of my stomach. All the icky feelings from that night, like, why is he talking to me? Oh my gosh, I'm not.
Is this a Carrie setup?
This is so weird. I was ready for the pig's blood or something, you know.
Oh my gosh. I
so
hate
yeah,
that.
but I guess the only time I've actually been scared around Halloween was we went to a haunted house, me and Michael and some of our friends, and it was on this property. They had like a house and a barn, and they had all these trees and like a couple of acres of property. So the haunted house was through the woods.
Oh.
There was a trail that they had marked out through the. So you're outside in nature the whole time.
Oh my god,
and
that just
dark.
intensifies
They would have people
it.
come down from trees on like bungee belts or whatever it is that can, you know. So they literally come flying at you, like literally flying.
Gosh.
And they had all kinds of people, you know, that would pop out at you, obviously, and, you know, just, it was an enormous undertaking, and this family does it every year.
Wow.
Well, what they do to entertain the people waiting in line, because it takes a while to go through it, because they mark out a good size of the property.
Oh, yeah, you get your money's worth.
Yeah, you definitely get your money's worth for sure. But to entertain people while they're waiting for their turn, they have a big bonfire in the front yard. And then the tractor with the big hail thing, with the big hay bales on the back, it'd pick you up and drive you up to the start of the trail when it was your turn.
Yeah.
You know, your group. So we were standing around the bonfire, and they're all teasing me because I do get scared. Well, the kids wanted to go in their own group. So the adults were going in their group, and then the kids were following right behind.
Yeah.
Well, when we get, I'm not going to tell you what happened during the trail, but when we got out of the trail, they were getting ready to load up all of our kids for them to go through, and they were all laughing at me because they could hear me screaming all the way from the woods.
You just wait.
and Michael's arm was like black and blue because I was squeezing his arm the whole time. I did not open my eyes halfway through. I mean, I was so scared. And so my kids hear me screaming, which meant everybody else heard me screaming. And then, of course, you know, I bruised up Michael's arm by squeezing it so hard. But it was so much fun, but it was so terrifying because there's just something about being outside in the dark that is just scary in of itself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I was convinced like
I've never been to one like that.
Had joined the team.
There's going to be some dude running around the chainsaw.
Yes! And nobody would think anything about it.
Nope, they just think it was part of the show.
I'm telling you, all kinds of stuff went through my head.
Oh my gosh. I've done a couple haunted houses. Okay, I will say I was much braver when I was a teenager because I went with my dad and my stepmom and their friends to Knott's Scary Farm. It was so much fun. But anyway, they've got all kinds of junk there, like people sliding, and they have like metal knee pads and these metal claws, so they like as they slide by, and they're sparking up all these sparks and stuff. It was super, super creepy. Well, they wanted to go through a haunted maze thing, and I'm like, okay. So I think I was somewhere between my dad and his best friend, and we get in there. I'm doing okay for the most part. I can't stand clowns. For a long time, I was very traumatized, and I would not go near clowns. I don't like clowns. I don't want to see a movie. I don't do it. It, as a child, just broke me.
My traumatic dance broke me from clowns. I hate clowns now.
So, I feel bad for you, too. That would have made me mad. But, we're going through this maze, and they got the characters that pop out and scare you and whatnot. And I could have sworn somebody grabbed my leg, and I lost it. my body went completely cold. I felt tingles everywhere. Every hair on me was standing up. And I was just like, screw this. I saw a big exit sign to my left and I bolted out that door. And my dad and his best friend tried to hang on to me and I like jerked hard. I was like, no, I'm not staying. And so I waited for them to come out and they were like, what the hell happened? I was like, I couldn't do it. Well, then, I'm an adult now, and years go by, and, I've had a few kids and whatnot, I've had a few kids, and I'm just kind of like, we should try this again. So I go with my sister-in-law. We have a mommy night out, and we found a local one, and thought, let's try this. And the entrance fee is just donation.
That's how the bar works.
Yeah, and so, and they have characters kind of moseying around the lines and stuff and
interacting.
Interacting with you. Well, this chick, I tell you, have you ever seen the Silent Hill movies?
No.
Oh man. Okay, so she was like a dead zombie nurse in a way is what I would say she looked closest to. But what scared me the most is about 4 people ahead of us. She was standing like right behind this lady and like close enough you could feel her breath on your neck. And she's like this.
Huh?
And she kept getting closer to her ear.
Oh my gosh.
And her husband's like looking at his wife and he just looks terrified. And all of a sudden she lets out this and I'm just, oh my God, I about pooped my pants. And I jumped and screamed because I know something's about to happen. And then she did it and I was like, holy crap, that scared me. And I was watching it.
You scared me with the scream.
I'm so sorry, y'all. But it was, okay. So we finally get up to the front. We have to sign a waiver. That was red flag number 1. And I'm like, okay, we signed this waiver. I'm like, cool. So if I die in here, you guys aren't liable. This is basically what it says. So we put our donation in. We start following this group in, and we're the front. Well, my sister-in-law is much taller than I am. And I'm only 5'7". So I was behind her for a good bit. Well, we went into another section, and there was clothing lines up,
right,
and sheets draped over, and like towels and stuff. So you
like
had
a clothesline.
Yes, that's what it is, a clothesline. So you have to literally move the sheets.
Oh no!
One at a time.
No.
And they had about 6 rows of this.
Nope, couldn't do it. Nope.
So we get to like the second or third curtain thing, and somehow I'm in front now, and she's behind me, and I'm sticking my fingers through the crack, and I'm slowly opening the curtain, and all of a sudden my heart starts racing, my body goes cold, and I'm like, I can't do this, and then my sister, breathe, it's okay, honey. They had to stop everything.
Oh no.
And the characters came out of their holes, and all of a sudden I'm seeing people out of the darkness, and I'm like, holy shit. And he let us walk you out. I think you're having an anxiety attack.
It's like, oh, you're such nice songs.
Right? And then I'm like, okay, thank you. And then they lead us to this other room, which this old guy is sitting in a rocking chair watching like a 1950s TV. And it's just kind of like flickering the whole time, so you can't really see what's on the picture. And he's smoking a cigar, and I was like, they said this was the exit? And he goes, right there. And points at the door, and I'm like, all right, and hurry up and get out the door. And another guy comes out and checks on me. He goes, how you doing, sis? You doing all right? And I'm like, how far did we make it?
Oh no, how far did you make it?
We didn't even pass the first room.
Oh no.
And I'm like, no way. He goes, yeah, you still had a lot to go. And I was like,
no.
maybe one day. One day I'll be able to do a haunted house with being able to go through the whole thing.
Well, they have a 5 or maybe it's 8 stories. I'm going to say it's 8 stories. They have an 8-story high building in Atlanta, and for years, and I guess they still do it. I mean, I don't stay on top of that stuff, but for years, it was the biggest event to go to because it was $50 to get in.
Yeah.
But if you made it through all the levels up to the top floor, you
wow.
got your money back.
Is it worth it?
But the thing was, 80% of the people never made it because it was so intense. It was so scary.
That's crazy.
So you're not the only one to walk out of a haunted house.
All right, that makes me feel a little better. If you got a good haunted house story or a scary story that you would like to share, go ahead and send it to our email, bestiesonthedeck@gmail.com. And as always, thank you guys for listening in, and hit that like and subscribe button. We absolutely love seeing your guys' comments and questions and writing us in and stuff, so we greatly appreciate y'all. So that is going to be the end of our episode number 8.
Number 8. And also, thank you guys for sticking with us as we're still learning the ins and outs of all this. We've got electrical tape to tape up our cords and our soundboard so that we can know where all the stuff plugs into, because that honestly takes longer than the show does. It's just to plug everything up and get it. So my husband got creative and he got us some electrical tape.
We're color coding this thing.
Yeah, we can be color coded. So, but thank you guys for sticking with us so much, and we're going to keep getting better, and we want to hear more from you. So please don't hesitate to write in with anything and everything.
Absolutely. And here shortly we're going to be launching on a couple different platforms, so stay tuned and we'll have a post for that. All right, y'all have a great week.
Thank you. Bye.